And so I took that. I didn't take the job, but I sort of took the concept and morphed it into this very special meeting of 5 young women, and it's all filmed and sort of where it goes from there. And so,
Okay.
but it's
So in the film's 5 women.
5 women.
That's a good
Yeah.
topic.
As you know, I'm very much a feminist
I
director,
know
so
you love women.
I do, yeah, yeah, and
And
it's
women
very
feel
important.
comfortable in front of you.
That's what I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Because you shoot so many beautiful, I mean, not shoot beautiful, but it
yeah.
sounds terrible when you say shoot women, but it's like you photograph women.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
always have.
you're smart.
well, I am smart.
You don't want to photograph a
Because
bunch of hairy
they're
dudes.
smart. Not well, I'm not nothing completely against it, but,
Yeah.
I'm really fascinated by women, and I
Yeah.
think the ultimate power of women is, really important to me, and I think
Yeah.
women, have through time, sort of, repressed their, completeness,
Mm-hmm.
for, being loved or getting a job or, and, I think we're at a time well, I know we're at a time right now where this is evolving,
Yeah.
and
It's a
I'm
powerful time in the world
it
for women.
yes,
And do you think you learned that? Do you think you have this respect for women because of your mother?
I do.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you were close to your mother. I loved
Yeah.
your mom. I met her several
Yeah.
times. She was
Yeah, yeah,
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was both fun and also I grew up in New York,
She likes white wine like me.
she did,
Yeah,
yeah.
she did. We'd always drink wine
Yeah, I
together.
could probably still drink it someplace,
Yeah,
but,
I hope so.
not that she drank a lot, but,
Yeah.
yeah, grew up, Gloria Steinem and Betty Friedan and, these folks in New York and Burn Your Bra and, like, that's sort of that first wave as
Yeah.
a little boy going through this, and I just, women are amazing, yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know your mother was an actress. I just saw that on your
briefly.
briefly, and
Yeah,
they had and your parents had some famous friends.
lots. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I grew up with, in that world, yeah, like,
Yeah.
really, um, so it's very sort of normal for me. I've never photographed not that I haven't photographed a celebrity, but I've never photographed celebrities,
Yeah.
because to me, they were the people I knew, like, sitting on the couch when I got home from school, like,
Yeah.
so, and stayed on the fashion beauty side of things,
Well, your photos are gorgeous. You know what? We don't sell a lot of celebrities at the gallery. Isn't
yeah,
that weird? We sell vintage celebrities, but the current photos of celebrities don't
I
sell.
understand.
And
I
I'm,
understand.
it's. I always think it's kind of weird, but no one buys them.
Yeah, well, they're inundated with media.
Hmm.
Sort of if you want them in your home, just,
Yeah.
flip on some sort of media device and there they are.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think nostalgia is, important, obviously, in
Yeah,
that,
and
yeah.
it's just kind of I'm just kind of over it all being so celebrity driven. It's kind of gets old, right?
I mean,
The world,
again,
everybody so obsessed
yeah,
with
yeah, I just,
celebrities. I just think everybody's just people are people to me. It's I don't get all.
as
I mean, so many
because
famous
you know
people.
so many people.
Well, I mean, so many famous people come into the gallery. I don't get all starstruck. I mean, I mean, the most starstruck I got was Engelbert Humperdinck because that was my mother's. Nobody else except for me was like, Engelbert! Like I could,
It's so funny.
Engelbert Humperdinck because my mother loved him so
Yeah,
much. Like everyone's
yeah,
like, really? I didn't know you were such an Engelbert fan. You don't
yeah,
understand. This
yeah,
guy's like part of my life. He was so
yeah,
important. But
yeah.
yeah, but so many people come in there and just like, everyone's they're people,
Yeah, and when you get to know these people,
Hmm.
they are people, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but my first, job was, for a magazine that they never saw my work. I went in to put a little ad in a trade publication, a
Hmm.
movie publication, and, this woman behind the counter the desk was looking at me, and I kept on looking, "Is there someone behind me?
Yeah.
Who's she looking at?" And, as when I finished doing my business, she called me in and she says, "So you good?" And I said, "Excuse me?" She goes, "So you good?" And I go, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna say yes, I'm good." "So
Yeah.
you're really good?" I said, "I'm really good." She goes, this dates me, but, I've earned it. She goes, "You know Henry Fonda?" I go, "Well, of course." I said, "My mom's
Yeah.
friend with his daughter
Of course
Jane,
I
but of
know it.
course I know Henry Fonda. This
Yeah.
is one of the greatest, actors of all time." "Well, you have a studio?" "Well, of course," which I didn't. And they said, "Well, I need a cover of my magazine. You can photograph Henry Fonda?" And I was like, "Sure." And that was my first job. So you talk about how people get into the business. I had nothing to show. I mean, I had been photographing since I'm a kid,
Mhm.
nothing to show. So I photographed him, and that was an amazing experience. Then I photographed Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh, I love
Like this
Sammy
type of stuff.
Davis.
Yeah, and Altavis, and it was one of those amazing stories as well, where they I got the film to them. They at the management
Mhm.
PR office, and they said, okay, well, you can come pick up the film in a few days. We'll choose, what we're going to use. And I went back to the office, and when they called, and I got my proofs, and the negs were all hole punched,
Oh, wow.
every frame except for the one that they used, which they kept. And so I got holes in all my negatives. I said, "Wait a
No.
minute,
That's
this is
horrible.
this is my film." Because my dad was a photographer, so
Yeah.
the photographers own the rights to their film unless they
Yeah. No,
contractually
that's
agree to
not
give it away. Yeah,
cool.
and so I said, These are mine." They go, "Yeah, they are. I know, but I can't use these." And they were like, "Right, you can't." So it's an early lesson, but so, yeah, so, definitely, the celebrities and, like top models. My
Yeah.
dad shot fashion.
So you
He
did
also,
your dad taught you how to be such a good photographer.
yes and no. Always, sort of around it, but didn't really teach me. But it's funny because you look at his work, early work, and then you see my work, sort of when I was, getting started,
Mhm.
and like sometimes like it's the same photograph
Really?
exposed the same way.
So you
Very
did kind of learn from him subconsciously even.
somehow,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Well, you're one of the favorite teachers at Leica. Like you do a lot of classes, and
yep,
I mean, I get to hear everybody's talk about
of
the
course,
different teachers in the
of
classes, and
course.
you're one of the most popular. Why do you think that is? Because there's so many amazing photographers and teachers, but everyone just loves you. I haven't taken a class of yours, but I'm
Well,
wondering.
you should
I
actually,
would love
Paris,
to.
because I don't teach photography. I really teach about how to engage yourself, how to put your thumbprint
Yeah,
on the art. So I ask people to be brave and to understand that that's the only way you are successful is when you do something different. But it needs to be you need to be brave enough to have it be uniquely yours.
yeah,
But also the function of me, like, I wanna share and encourage people because that makes me feel good,
right,
and so I think that's felt and that's authentic. I'm
right.
not a teacher, but I'm someone who likes to impart information,
Well,
and
people think you're a teacher
I know, that's okay. It's funny because
because your classes just sell out like that, always.
yep, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll admit to that for sure, yeah, but it's great though.
It must feel good.
It does, of
Yeah.
course,
And you're
yeah.
getting ready to do a show in Tokyo.
The show is already up,
Oh, it is?
yeah, but
Okay. And
yeah,
you're
they
leaving
and
soon?
leaving on Tuesday,
When is the
a
show
week from
open?
today.
When do you, I know it's already up, but
Yeah,
when is
but
the
the
opening?
opening, reception is I don't know because Sage is in the other room,
Oh,
and she's
okay.
the only one who knows these things, but it's coming up. It's about 2 weeks. It'll be, the opening
May 30th is the show. And
is the show open, yeah.
okay. So
But if poke around, the social platforms, you can see it's already up and
yeah.
it's
How many
my
images?
4th show, I think, in Tokyo.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to go. I have some great friends there, and, how many images? It's a solo show, of course. It's the new Omotesando, store in
Wow.
Tokyo, which is a great neighborhood, for those who know or
Did you
don't
hear
know.
about that Lycopalooza that Bill was talking about?
Yeah, that, very briefly. I think
Yeah.
it's a Tamarkin joint.
Yeah.
I think
I
he's
did a
sort of putting
show
on.
at Tamarkin Gallery with Jeff Garland because Jeff's from Chicago. I'm like, you
Okay.
need to show your work in
Oh, that's
Chicago
great.
because that's where
Yeah, yeah.
people will, people are gonna really love it
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And I reached out to Dan and I said, I didn't even know him. I'm like, I'm Paris from Leica Gallery LA, and I want to bring Jeff Garland there. And he's like,
Yeah,
let's do it. Just
yeah.
and
He's a great guy, long
he's
history. His
great.
dad was a Leica dealer
Yeah.
always, and then, yeah, Dan took it over. His father, Stan,
It was
now
called the
Dan.
Range Finder Gallery. The Range
Yeah,
Finder
that's right.
Gallery. Mhm.
That's right, yeah. It's a
It's
smaller
nice
space,
though.
but it's really nice, yeah,
Yeah.
and he's encyclopedic. We love to get together because w we,
It's the Paris Chong Show.